everybody. Yes, thank you all for being here tonight. For our work session agenda, work session, I should say, for October 6, 2016, we're attempting to set the agenda for the October 27th regular council meeting. Again, as was decided 4 weeks ago, I believe, we moved the meeting up. Normally we would meet on the second Thursday of the month, but because next week is fall break, we decided to move it to the first Thursday of the month. That's why we are here tonight. Bennett, if I could have a roll call, please.
Mayor Langford.
Here.
Vice Mayor Griffin.
Here.
Councilmember Cagle.
Here.
Councilmember Manning. Councilmember Sewell.
Here.
City Manager Miller.
Here.
City Attorney Miller.
Alex McVeigh for Elm North. We'll dive right into it. Under old business, potentially before us for second and final reading at our next meeting will be ordinance number 1020, rezoning of a property located at 1016 Greens Lake Road from C2 commercial to R3 residential apartment. And this was tabled at the last meeting, so it will be on our regular agenda tonight for first reading. I'm sure we will have ample opportunity to discuss it at that point. So unless someone has an urgent question or needs to talk about it right now, then we will move on to the next item, which will be under new business, an unnumbered resolution before us for first reading, potentially. That would be an ordinance to amend ordinance 922, which previously amended the Eastridge zoning ordinance, and that would impact minimum hotel and extended stay hotel requirements and standards. And I am certainly open to having any information shared tonight. That's not on our regular agenda tonight. This is just saying we will have it for first reading next time. If we want to put that off until the next time, that's fine, as far as just kind of giving an overview of what.
We should, Alex McVeigh, as my office has been working with the Tennessee Hospitality Tourism Association. Draft language should both work for both of us. And I think Alex mentioned tonight that he's got the final okay from them. So we'll have the language drafted and for you first consideration meeting at the next meeting. Since there are some substantial changes in this, let's go back for first reading. We should have this for you for the next meeting on the 22nd, first reading.
All right, so we will have opportunity to delve into that extensively next time. Item B would be an unnumbered unnumbered ordinance regarding a budget amendment.
Yes, sir. This will be, if you decide to finance the equipment, then we'll do a budget amendment to reflect that, the revenue and the expenditures.
Do you have questions or comments? Okay. Item C, an unnumbered resolution related to TML loan for equipment.
Yes, Mayor and Council, this would be dollars that we would borrow from the Tennessee Municipal Bond Fund for the replacement of a 9899 backhoe, estimated cost of $81,000, and a replacement of a 1990 track loader, estimated cost of $64,000. These were both noted in the budget for FY 16/17, and at the next meeting, I will have a resolution before you in regard to how much dollars we're looking at here. And then once that resolution would be adopted by the council, it will go back to the Tennessee Municipal Bond Fund, and they handle the rest of that through their office.
These already been out to bid?
Yes, they have, yes. I think the bid bid opening is the 20th. Yep.
Cancel.
Yeah, we canceled that one, but when are the new ones coming due? May not be back for the 27th. I know we canceled one of them. I thought we went back out on that. We're not done. We still have time to do that. And we're also looking at state contract prices. But I don't think we can get from both pieces.
Specs will be out.
Right. Okay.
If we don't have anything else on that, we will move to item D.
This is a street resurfacing program we talked about a month ago. We have bid opening on Tuesday, October 25th. Time, hopefully, if we have the lowest responsible bidder, no problems. This will be put before the city council at your meeting on October 27th for award. Did knock about 5 or 6 streets off the list we presented to you. Hilton Drive, Burr Street, Heather Street, McDonald Road, State Line Road, portion of the Jenny's, because WTA is going to do some sewer and lateral work on those streets over the next year or so. I don't want to resurface them, so we pull them off. So we'll still have a street resurfacing program for this year.
Excellent. Okay, item E, that would be in regard to bids for soccer uniforms.
This is basically for the 2016-17 indoor soccer shirts that we go out annually for. That's what this one's for.
That bid opening apparently is scheduled for Wednesday, October 12th. Then item F would be bids for the fire station.
Okay, we are out for bid right now for the fire station number 2. Construction of a new facility there. Pre-mandatory pre-bid meeting was held today. We had 7 general contractors in attendance, plus a handful of subcontractors. Bids for the fire station are due October 20th. Gives us time for the architect to review over them. And if we don't have problems with the lowest responsible bidder, then hopefully place before you at the October 27th meeting for award. What I'd like to do is get that foundation, that concrete foundation in before the cold weather moves in, so I can do the metal work done during winter months. I need to get that concrete foundation.
Very good. And item G will be donation of $1,000 from the Elks Lodge for bulletproof vests for the K-9.
We're receiving a donation from the Elks Lodge, $1,000, and we're going to use that for a ballistic vest for our K-9 officer Axel. We're going to present that at that 27th meeting.
Fantastic. All right. Item H, discussion of financial incentive for the property located at 6408 Regal Road, former Long John Silver's property.
Okay, we had Tracy Hopkins Tyndall, Max Smith Commons LLC has approached the city in regard to her plans to acquire the old Long John Silver. She has done that, demolished the building, take it down to grade, and then construct a 5,500 square foot building that would consist of 3 retail businesses. Right now, she has, excuse me, Dunkin' Donuts is 1, possibly Firehouse Subs is 2, and she's looking for a 3rd. She's also looking for a financial incentive or assistance from the city. Her proposal and development for the Industrial Development Board Tuesday afternoon, 5 o'clock, at their monthly meeting. They unanimously approved the proposal as well as the financial assistance. So now it has to come back to the city council for your concurrence and your approval at the 27th meeting. If it is approved at the 27th meeting, it goes back before the IDB to negotiate a development agreement with the developer.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Now, is she in agreement that it has to be a retail
Yes,
business for the
Yes.
third one? Okay.
yes. As a matter of fact, there's a letter of intent. It's a non-binding letter of intent that we provided her. We have all the catch-alls in there. One would be, has to be all retail businesses. Number two, in figuring out the financial incentive and crunching the numbers, those two businesses or those three businesses have to generate at least $1.45 million a year. If not, then the financial assistance will go down proportionately. So she's got to maintain a certain level. Also, we put the $10 million in there too, that we have, that we need to pay woodworkers every year, $413,000. And that is an obligation the city has to pay first. So if by chance we were to hit a depression or recession, I hope that never happens in our lifetime again. However, we don't know. But if the sales start diving down, the first obligation is $413,000 to the woodworkers. That's the first obligation. It's got a couple others in there too, where she's got to be operated for at least 1 year before she starts receiving. Her hopes are to have the building open by midsummer. Therefore, she wouldn't be entitled to this money until September of 2018. It's going to be operational for me. So I worked out those conditions basically with Mark Valentine.
Okay. Good.
And
Oh, and I forgot the last item. Any business that goes in here has to be approved by the IDB, industrial development.
that would be for that, yes, that third retail space that at this point.
Right, or if one did not, if one goes out of business, that business coming in would have to be retail, and that would have to be approved by the industrial development. It's kind of a catch-all just to make sure that we're generating sales tax dollars from any of those three sections of that.
I always like to manage expectations a little bit, but she did say at the IDB meeting Tuesday that she intends to demo the building next week, and that she does already have a signed lease with Dunkin' Donuts. So there's no question about that. Right. Comments or questions? We'll move on to the last item on this work session agenda, and that would be discussion of the city taking over the sports facilities at East Ridge High School.
We've had some, a lot of us has had some discussions with the school district. Started off with the tennis courts, and then it added on to the stadium, 2 ball fields, soccer field, track. About the city commission for those, so we have control over that. If we own it, we can put in for grants. If we lease it, we can't. There's grants out there that we utilize for the track, grants out there we can possibly utilize for tennis courts. So this item is proposed to be put on the agenda the 27th. Again, the city council's had discussion on it, see what you want to do.
I can ask a question. I understand that the county does not do a good job maintaining the facilities. And I understand that, in order for it to maintain that status of kind of a local community school, that we need to possibly try to help. Has anyone run any numbers as to how this is going to impact? Number one, I'm assuming this is going to fall under recreation.
Yes, sir.
Has anyone done a number, crunched the numbers on how much it's going to cost the city of East Ridge to take this on?
Not yet. If this is put on for the 27th meeting, then we'll be crunching numbers between now and then.
I know it says stadium, so that means we're gonna get the football stadium.
Yes, sir.
Potentially.
If we decide to go with the football stadium. Originally, I will say that I have some reservations regarding taking over stadium. However, talking to the Parks and Recreation Director, he is opposed to that, et cetera. The scoreboard's relatively new, the grandstands both sides are going to be relatively new. We help with the field maintenance now anyway, so there's not any heavy capitals.
How's this going to impact the city's insurance and liability? You know, I mean, people get hurt on football field all the time. Who's going to be responsible for that insurance? The city?
No, the city would be responsible for the insurance because it's our fields. It's just like the fields that we have out at Camp Jordan.
Are they going to
All
deed them
fields are
over?
soccer fields. I'm sorry?
Are they going to
Yes, sir.
deed them over to the
Yes, sir.
city?
Ownership means own the deed in our name,
Okay.
City of East Ridge. We would enter into a JPA with them, which is a joint project agreement, give them use of that football field on Fridays for the Friday games. It also gives the city the opportunity for other outside agencies who want to come in or other high schools who want to come in and use the field.
Let me ask you something, since we're doing that, the ticket money being coming in for the sports events, as far as football, that go to the city or go to the school?
That would be included into the joint project negotiation, yes. Yes.
And Mark?
Yes. Any kind of fees that were generated, if somebody's coming in, the city should get something from that. Very similar to what we charge out at Camp Jordan.
Now, the restroom facilities and the concession facilities are very, very poor in my opinion. Are we going to take them on as well?
Yeah, it's my, it's my understanding that the alumni association, that's the money they're raising, will be going toward that. And there's about $50,000 that's been promised, and it will be given to us, goes to, actually, the property goes to the city of East Ridge. The school system,
You promised that before this ever come up? But I thought back when we discussed this, that the tennis course was the only thing we were gonna go after.
Right.
And, I have a problem with taking over the two ball fields, soccer fields, we've got all of those down at Camp Jordan Park.
Right.
Softball fields, we can't keep busy, they're sitting down there empty. Last couple of weekends, they've been sitting down there empty, so we're gonna take on two more ball fields have to maintain, service.
And that's true.
Soccer field,
You know.
And that's true.
We figured it would probably be a half a person to a full person to be able to handle those fields down there. But what it does, council, is it brings recreation to the center part of our city, so everything going out there to the east.
I look at it this way, citizens voted overwhelmingly to take the school system over. At some point in time, this would be kind of going in that direction, you at least have part of it. Now,
you're looking way down the road there, I'm afraid, but,
they come to us every year asking us to help fix the fields,
yeah,
help do this, we put money into it, so why not?
if it's out here, we'll be able to get them, maybe go up our lower baseball field, 4 or 5 times, but that's not maintained year round.
That's true.
But like I said, this is more parking than the city. There you go. So, we have the tennis courts, have ball field, we're using the football field now for, Pee Wee League, you call it, I guess, I don't know. But we're using it now. We can use that baseball field, softball field for tournaments, overflow. That's not a guarantee we're going to get it to school, we're not passing.
No, I'm calling the tennis courts, the rest of it, I'm kind of shy.
I think the Board of County Commissioners, as I understand them talking, they need to approve too. So we've got 3 governmental entities that need to approve this.
I know the cross-country events are at Camp Jordan. Soccer events are at Camp Jordan. Baseball, middle school at least plays at Camp Jordan, don't they? Yeah. Softball,
Well, they use our field for play day.
so it's kind of a shame, I think, that they can't, that they have to leave campus in order to participate in those activities. They have to go to Camp Jordan, granted it's not that far, but
But my conversations with the school superintendent and our representatives, the superintendent says they do not have any money programmed in 5-year capital program in any of those fields standing down there. So what you've got out there now is going to deteriorate.
I thought they were gonna put it in the bleachers.
They're gonna put the bleachers in, I'm sorry, that's what they will put on, they've already done the footings on the north side, and poured concrete. But I mean, other than that, once that's done,
it's just gonna sit.
you ask them about the track, you're not gonna go through the track with ball fields.
Unless there are other questions or comments, again, all of these things will be on the agenda for next time, 3 weeks from tonight, October 27th. Mr. Schultz, do you have anything?
No, there's something.
Mr. Gable?
Not this type.
Correct. I'll mention this again during the regular council meeting. Natural inclination is to look up at the clock that's not working. We have about 7 minutes before the regular council meeting starts. Mr. Manning is not with us. He's had some medical issues. I would request that everyone keep him in your prayers. He's not with us tonight for that reason. And I appreciate everyone's indulgence, because I wasn't here 2 weeks ago, celebrating the big 4-0. So, my family and I had a nice little celebration. I appreciate the opportunity to do so. That's all that I have. We will adjourn this meeting and start our regular council meeting in about 6 minutes.